じゃあ今日はありがとうございます。
Avec plaisir, with pleasure.
私が本当に小学生の頃にエナン選手をずっとテレビで見ていて、で同じラケットもずっと使ってたぐらい本当に私にとってのアイドルなので、今日お会いできて本当に嬉しいです。
Thank you so much. It's always very special to hear these stories because when we are on the court.We don't sometimes realize what's going on off the court and sometimes the inspirations that they can bring. So thanks to share this with me.
はい、ありがとうございます。では早速、ファーストクエスチョンさせていただきたいと思います。現在はもう選手は引退されたと思うんですけど、現在引退後はどのように生活されているんでしょうか
？Well, my life is very busy, maybe not as much as I was when I was on the court. Less pressure, different kind of pressure. I need to be active. I need to do things that have sense. That's very important for me, and I wanted to give sense also to the career I had, everything I learned. So first, my life is pretty simple as I live in Belgium with my family. My family is my priority today. My 2 kids, my husband, and spending time with them. But I run my academy, so I wanted to try to transmit to the next young generation. I commentate for TV also. I have a foundation that promotes sport for kids that are sick or have a handicap in Belgium. So sport is in the middle of everything I'm doing, tennis especially, but with a different perspective today, not as a player, with different eye, with more distance, less pressure.And trying to give back something, and I'm very happy about my balance today.
ありがとうございます。では次のクエスチョンなんですけれども、エナン選手は世界1位になってそこで引退してまた復活して世界のトップで活躍されてて、で今もテニスアカデミーをしたり、今もお話してくださったようにベルギーの国でまた新しいジェネレーションの選手を出そうっていうすごいプロモーション活動もいっぱいされていらっしゃると思うんですけども、どのようにその高いモチベーションを常にキープされてるんですか
？I love tennis. I love that sport, what it brings. You are alone on a tennis court. You need to count on yourself. You need to find solution. You feel a lot of ups and downs. For me, it's the court. It's a tennis court, but it's almost the reflect of what's life. You know, in life you go through so many things, and you have to count on yourself also, and you need to find a way.In a certain way. I never give up. It's in my personality. I was a little bit like this also on the court. So motivation comes from the fact that I need to learn a lot. So as long as I learn into tennis in my academy or in traveling, I'm doing this week, or when I commentate for TV, or I have to learn something. I love to meet people, and I want to learn something different today. I was really in my bubble when I was playing, and now I want to open more. I want that I can also keep thinking about what we can bring more also for the young generation and for the young players, because we have to adapt to a world that is moving fast also. So I want to keep that energy. So motivation is not a problem for me. I have a lot of energy. When I will not learn anymore into this, it will be time to do something else, but I feel very, very far to be at this point.
うわー、すごいな。いや、今のお話聞いてなんか私も頑張ろうっていう気持ちになりました。ありがとうございます。
Very good. We need energy, good energy, positive energy.
もし今現役の頃に戻って自分自身にアドバイスを何かできるとしたら、なんていうふうに声をかけますか
？That's a very good question. I think it's good that we don't know what's going to happen in the future because as I try to share with these kids, but I always tell them, you don't know what's going to come, and fortunately, because that would be boring and I wouldn't say easy, but no, that's the the interest of all of this is we work, we learn, there is no guarantee that we're going to succeed in a way or another, but I would say probably to her, it's good you give yourself the opportunity to dream and to dream big. I would say that because so many probably people when I was younger was thinking or saying to me that it was crazy to dream about this, about winning Grand Slams, being number one. I wasn't made for this. I was coming from a little town in Belgium and my size, I'm not so tall, so it's not, for many people it wasn't for me. And really, I mean, the young teenager that I was always believed that it was for me and that was my dream. So I would say to her, keep dreaming, it will pay off, if you keep that right to dream and be connected to this. Also, I've been really connected. Dreaming is something, but trying to doing everything every day to reach our dreams. Of course, it's important. We need to be connected to this. If not, it doesn't work. And I think that's what I try to do. Very focused, 300%. I have no regrets about how I lived my tennis career because I couldn't make it another way. So today I can feel I have no regrets on that. So I would say keep going. It will be okay.
おー、なるほど、ありがとうございます。エナン選手のもう代名詞といえばこのワンハンドのバックハンドだと思うんですけども、それをジュニアの頃からプロになるまで練習する中で最も自分が苦労したなとか難しかったなって思うポイントはどこですか
？I think for me it was I was a big fan of Steffi Graf, Stefan Edberg, so one-handed backhand, and I wanted to do like them. So many people were telling me, no, take the two hands because you will have more power. So, but I didn't want. I wanted to play tennis the way I wanted. I thought it was beautiful with one hand, but I always thought. My backhand always been so natural. I never worked on it. And then few years ago only, maybe 3 to 4 years ago, I tried to think back and I remember that coach. I was 9 years old on a tennis court throwing, hundreds, thousands of balls, and I was doing the right movement because I was going a lot with my shoulder. And to find really that work with my wrist and my forearm was really difficult. And then I was repeating and repeating and repeating, and one day, of course, with a lot of repetitions, I found a way. So it was also a question on how technique can compensate a lot of things. So we don't have a unique technique for everyone. That wouldn't work. I had also to work on my technique with my size and getting really close to the ball, trying to be aggressive. So I did unconsciously, of course, and trusted my coaches. Really adapted my technique to the fact that I wasn't so tall and my capacity to generate power. And that's what I try to do on my backhand also to find a good balance on this.
なるほど。ありがとうございます。もう一個質問させていただきたいんですけども、エナン選手今ご自身のアカデミーでこういうふうにねジュニアの世代のご指導もたくさんされてると思うんですけども、技術的な指導はそれぞれねポイントがいろいろあると思うんですけど、どういったことをジュニア選手に対してはアドバイスすることが多いですか？そのメンタリティとかでもいいんですけども。
We try to give not to give advices, but to guide, of course, every day, and to give a structure to everything we do, of course, because when we start to work with kids at 8, 9, 10 years old, and then we work with teenagers, of course, this is really my passion today, is the development of the players. And, teaching a forehand or a backhand, I wouldn't say it's easy, but for me, being a tennis player is much more than that. And if we want to succeed in a certain way, then we request so much dedication, so much focus. When you are on the court like they are today, they are alone, these kids, and they need to learn on how they can be responsible for themselves and how they can find solutions, how they can bounce back, how they can accept that, okay, my opponent I had my strategy, my opponent also has his strategy, and his one is working better than mine. So I have to adapt, I have to accept, and I have to find solutions. There we don't talk about forehands or backhands. So we have to work on all of this, and it's a state of mind, you know. It's really a process that you realize that how you're going to be on the court is the result of every little action you're gonna give on and off the court. It's about education. It's about a lot of things to become the person you want to be also on the court. So how you can connect to yourself, to who you are, to what you want, and what you are ready to give also into the process. So it's mental, it's philosophy, you know, and it's also about tennis. But I would say technique is maybe the smallest part into this.
ありがとうございます。じゃあ、最後のクエスチョンさせていただきます。エナン選手もこの世界のテニスプレーヤーの中では割と体格が小柄な方だったと思うんですけど、やっぱり私たち日本人プレイヤーだったりアジアのプレイヤーはエナン選手のように世界に行くとやっぱり体格が小さいなってすごく感じることが多いと思います。で、そういった背が高かったり体格がいい選手の中で世界一にまで行ったと思うんですけど、そういった選手と戦う時に意識していたことって何かありますか
？Well, you need to be prepared to fight against anyone. You know, when I was able to compete against Serena Williams, for example, it didn't come in one day. You know, that I understood how I would do. So it's a long process. It's a lot of hard working every day, but it's also belief. That it's not because you are smaller, it's not because at the first look it seems like you have less power. Power is, you can hit the ball in different ways to generate power. Serena was hitting the ball in a certain way, having a lot of power, but I could generate myself a lot of power by being, you know, really fast, really aggressive with my legs, connect to the ball, trying to be really aggressive. Connect to the ball is something that has been really important in my career because I needed to be really compact, you know, that was helping me a lot to play against the taller players and also to think tactically. So the sense of the game, I developed that a lot since I was very young, and I think that helped me and compensate, you know, different kind of things. So probably the most hardest part it was really to believe that okay, it's not going to be a problem because I can play with my strengths. You know, we don't have to be the same to be able to compete. We can be different, and we're going to fight with the respect of our differences. But I'm going to try to take advantage, of course, of my qualities and not trying to play the same game. So very important to be focused on what we do well also and what we want to put in place and believe that it might work, that it might be enough, and sometimes it's not enough. So we work for the next day.
わあ、素晴らしいです。なんか私もやっぱヨーロッパに試合行った時にすごい、うわ、なんかパワーもあるし高い跳ねるボール打つしって苦労したことがあったんですけど、やっぱ自分が悩んでいたことがすごく小さい悩みだったなと、もっとなんか大きく捉えて頑張ったらよかったんだなってすごく学びになりました。ありがとうございます。
Merci
Merci beaucoup.
beaucoup.